Perfect.
Should we do like a 3, 2, 1 thing so we know we're in sync?
Yes. Ready?
All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh shit! I just knocked the fucking thing off.
I was on sync though. We're good, baby.
Yeah, we were good. All right.
Live from the studio, I'm Jimmy Selesky.
I'm Eric Glazer. We're back again. Quarantine week. 63. I don't know. It feels like that. What is this? It's like our fifth week in quarantine.
I think we're 5 weeks in, dude. I think this is it. We are officially over a month. It is April, I'm going to say 19th.
I think it is.
Yep.
Wait, no. Yeah. Wait, no. Yeah, it is.
But if you're watching this live, it's April 20th.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
It's a time difference thing.
Mm-hmm. It's a time zone
like
thing. I'm in Towson, you're in...
I'm in Hamden, you're in Towson.
Yeah, it's a whole different...
Yeah, so like it's probably around like 8 where you are right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, probably around 8.
It's like 8. It's 8 on 420.
Oh, dude, it is 420.
Yeah.
Holy shit! This is going to be the least eventful actually probably the best 420 of all time. Now that I think about it.
I don't think so because you can't hang out with anyone.
But I mean, if there's ever been a time where on a Monday,
everyone's off. No one had to take the day off.
The amount of weed you can smoke on a Monday, I feel like people are taking this 420 better than ever before. Honestly, I don't know if it's just me, but I almost feel like we forgot that it's 420.
I forgot it was going to happen.
Because this whole month has been 420.
It's also like, I don't know. It's not really that big of a day for me.
Yeah, neither one of us are 8th graders, so I guess it's not the biggest holiday
Although
anymore.
I got the Cushion OJ. They did like a reprint on vinyl for like the 10-year anniversary. Because, dude, apparently that came out 10 years ago, which is wild. Dude.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that. It's coming in the mail, but it's coming on Tuesday.
So 421.
421, dude.
Damn,
my
dude.
Cushion OJ green
That's
vinyl.
weird. That was the shit that was bumping when we were coming up. That was like the up and coming guy, and now it's 10 years. It's a decade ago.
And dude, those songs are still good as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I still love Cushion OJ.
Cushion OJ is probably... Do people make mixtapes anymore? Is that a thing?
Kind of. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the newer rappers, at least, they like to just like, they'll say it's a mixtape if it flops, but if it does good, they'll say it's an album. You know what I mean? So mixtape is like a scapegoat now because you can put a mixtape up on like iTunes or SoundCloud. I mean, Spotify. You could always do it on SoundCloud, but like now everything's so open. Like the mixtape doesn't really like have the same meaning anymore. Like a mixtape before used to be like, all right, this is free. Like I can use any samples, any instrumentals I want because I'm not making any profit off of it. Like I don't even have to pay fucking people for beats if I don't want to. Like I'll scam people off for beats, and it doesn't even matter because I'm not making money. But it's still good for my shit because like it's just exposure. I'll make money on the tour.
That's kind of what I've been doing inadvertently my entire music career, which is releasing things as actual releases and then retroactively being like, oh, that was a demo.
Yeah,
it fucking sucked.
Oh,
that song that I promoted heavily and recorded a music video for, that was a demo, actually. You haven't even heard my real stuff yet.
That was just a throwaway single. I just wanted to let the fans eat.
I just spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars and countless hours of time and investment and forfeited every other aspect of my life. But that was a demo.
That was just that was a fun project.
Just working on it, just for fun. I did a music live stream on Facebook last night, dude. I don't know if you caught that. You liked it.
I liked it. I saw the video after the fact. I think I saw that you're going live, and I like anytime I see one of my friends going live, there's like a battle because like I want to hop in, but I don't want to be like the first person in there.
Yeah.
And then like
because then it would just become a live from the studio podcast with reverb and delay.
Yeah. But then also at the same time, it's like I want to go in. So like, if I remember to, I will. But I think I just forgot to hop on.
It's all
And then
good.
after
You
the
threw me a
fact, I
like.
saw that. Yeah, I saw it was like Jimmy Selesky went live, and there was like a 2-hour video, and I was like, I'll throw this a like.
He obviously put his heart and soul into this one.
No, I
it's
was
fun,
like,
dude.
I wanted to see that, so I'll like this.
Yeah, I had
Didn't
to put
watch
it on.
it, but
I had to put it on private because the quality seems so bad. Like when I was doing it, I went through my mixer and like everybody was saying like, "Oh my god, this sounds so good," blah blah blah. And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then I listened to the video playback. First of all, the entire 2-hour video saved to 300 megabits, which
Damn.
is like way not the quality that you would expect for a fucking 2-hour video. Is 300 megabits. That's like a 5-minute song. It's ridiculous, and it just sounded like shit. So I put it on private. But I had a lot of people streaming through. I had a lot of people commenting and stuff like that. I was very adamant, holding true to myself. I said, please do not fucking tip me. And people still found a way to tip me. They like found me on Venmo
Damn.
anyway.
Oh,
I wound up
dude,
making
that's
like
sick.
I wound up making like $50 off a live stream that I told people not to tip me for.
damn, dude.
And it was great
Congrats.
because everything worked out. I've always made the joke that or it's not my original joke, but somebody once said that if you don't have Cash App, that means you don't have any black friends. And it was funny because all my white friends Venmo me and all my black friends Cash Apped me. It was awesome. I had like Remedy and fucking like Rob Cheeks from the Horse. They Cash Apped me, and then Joey Venmo'd me and some other people. I was like, yo, hell yeah.
Hell
They were
yeah,
throwing
dude.
big bucks too, dude. Joey threw me like $15.
Nice.
Rob threw me 15. Remedy threw me 10. I was very stoked on that. It was very fun.
Shout out all three of those guys.
Yeah, shout out. And I forgot who the other person was. I'm sorry, but there was another person who Venmo'd me.
Damn, dude, you're becoming a Twitch thought now.
I know.
And you're forgetting to recognize your simp donators.
Yeah.
There's a simp fuming right now.
Say
that
thank you to all my fans. All my simps are out there. Like, can't believe you didn't mention me, the one other guy. But it was really fun, dude. I mean, I couldn't think of anything else I'd have been doing, man. And I was nonstop promoting the podcast. I was actually yelling at people for not watching this more often, dude. I was like, you guys are watching this, but you're not watching live from the studio, bro. What the fuck, dog?
What the fuck is
Every
up, dog?
Monday night at 8 p.m. do we do this?
For the last 2 weeks.
For every Monday night for like literally 2 past Mondays, dude. How do you not know about this? It's ridiculous.
Jesus Christ. 8 p.m. You're not even asleep yet.
Exactly, dude. And then of course, you know, I always have to deal with the thoroughfare of my relatives passing through and telling me to stop cursing and things like that. I'm like, yeah, stop. Talk, mom, stop. This is who I am. I'm sorry. I say fuck.
Oh shit! And then just like whoever else like stumbles in there sees those comments too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna hop out.
I had the pleasure, the unique pleasure of having 2 Easters in a row. Last year I had regular Easter, white people Easter.
Yeah, you
or I
had
guess
Greek
black people, everybody
Easter.
Easter, yeah. Everybody, American Easter, and then I had Greek Easter today.
So what happened? Because your grandparents called their thing off, right?
Yeah, apparently there was a live stream from my church. They did their service like remotely. I didn't tune in, but
I mean that's good though that they
For the
didn't,
record,
like,
I
force
held my-
people to come to church.
Yeah, the Greeks, we were on it, but I held my fast, dude. I didn't eat meat or dairy for the past week. Last
yeah.
year I did the no cigs, no alcohol, but I couldn't do that this year. Not because I couldn't do it, just because like I already did it last year. I already did it. I don't need to. I mean, I'm good now.
Yeah, that's stale now.
Like I'm way more addicted to both substances at this point in my life, but I already proved to myself last year I'm not addicted. So who fucking cares? But I had the pleasure of having family dinner twice in a row, again in person, which is ill-advised, but you know, my family is my family.
Was it at your parents' house?
Yeah, we went to my parents' house, me,
Okay.
Dom, and my 2 parents, and of course I just got the lecture. My dad, you plateaued, dude. You on your live stream smoking cigs, drinking beer, like you're just jerking yourself off, blah blah blah. I was like, Dad, come on, bro. Give me a break.
But you're watching though.
You're watching though. You and my grandmother are watching, bro. as I disgrace our whole family twice a week on live internet.
Yeah, making money off one of them though.
Yeah, apparently, dude. It really kind of tuned me into the whole thing. Like, I didn't realize that. And again, I refused to ask for it, but when I checked my Cash App, I was like, "Damn, dude, this is sick. This is
Yeah.
sick." But now I'm like scared to do another one because now I feel like people are gonna be like, "Oh, he's doing another one. Now he thinks we're gonna tip him again." No,
Yeah.
don't fucking tip me. I can't stress that enough. Don't tip me.
Dude, I'm gonna tip you on your next one.
I mean, you can Venmo me right now. You got fucking 18. You were telling me before the podcast you got your $1,200 stimulus and you got your unemployment, and I'm still waiting on my fucking stimulus, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like so many people are. And I checked my status and it went to an error and it said no. However, I did check, I was talking to my mom today and she said that they're updating the website so that it now includes self-employed people. So now I can get it. Which is
Yeah,
good.
dude. Hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. You should try to either call or check the website again.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as right now, I just, I'm not holding my breath for it. Honestly, I was thinking about it. Like, what if I don't get it? What would I do? Do I sue the government for money that I didn't really technically earn?
I don't know. I mean, I think whenever you do end up applying for it, they just do back pay. So like whenever you actually get it, like you'll get some shit.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you heard, but this is the first week that we are all now. They just dropped the mask executive order, dude. We're all wearing masks now.
Yeah, you have to wear a mask inside every building. That's what
Which
I
I
saw.
have not been doing, but and I don't. I guess I will start doing it. I've been taking some
Yeah,
deliveries.
do you have like a bandana?
Yeah, I do. I just
Yeah,
feel like a
put,
douche when I put one
bandana or
on.
some shit on. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. What else are you gonna do, bro?
That's true.
Do you have any rubber bands? Because you can like fold it up into a face mask and put like rubber bands inside the fold.
Yeah,
Do it up. I don't know. I still have a couple of those disposable masks. So like,
you have like the
I
real ones,
haven't- Yeah.
and it's just what is it? It's just in buildings. Like you don't have to wear it outside, right?
I mean, there's like an advisory to wear it at all times, but now there's like a mandate that you have to wear them inside buildings.
Dude,
So I literally got my first carry out thing in this whole quarantine last Thursday, I think. Ekiben, the in Hamden, they have a Hamden one now,
nice.
and they were doing wings for one day only.
Really?
So I had to try those shits.
Bat
so I
wings.
literally, dude, I got wings. I walked over there. I walked over without a face mask, and then when I got to the door, it was like the first day of that order for face masks in buildings. So like I walked all the way over there, and then right before I walked inside to pick my shit up, I put my mask on. Got the shit. It was cool though. They got like a cool app where you like order all your shit through the app, pay for it, and then it gives you like a time when it'll be ready to pick up, and then you just like go there at that time, and then they just like put it on a table, you grab it, no one else is in the restaurant except the workers, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I got those wings. I got the last 2 wings. It was supposed
You
to be
just got
3
2 wings, dude?
It was supposed to be 3, but I got the last 2 wings, and then they refunded me like $3 or something.
But you're talking about like full wings, right?
Full
Like,
wings,
like
yeah. So it was like 4.
full-
It was
like
like
you-
two flippers and 2 drummies,
that's good.
and then those little tips that you kind of nibble on the crunchy,
yeah,
like the
yeah.
fried, but not the actual bone.
I don't know, dude. It's been kind of like I feel like there's a part of me that is very.
That was also, I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast, but I gave up wings for Lent.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't
Oddly
eating wings.
specific. Just
Yeah,
eating
I know.
drumstick, just eating
Well,
legs.
It was a thing where like I wanted to give up something for Lent this year, but then like one of the things that like I don't know, I had like 3 things that I was like considering giving up, but then I realized I was already within the like confinements of Lent. So I already like broke all 3 of those ideas. And then I was like, what else do I love? And I was like, I love wings. And I was like, I'll give up wings for Lent. So
I feel like Lent should have been. I feel like churches should have been like, you know what? We're already giving up our entire social lives right now. That's Lent this year. I feel like we're doing a
yeah.
society-wide
I mean,
Lent.
I wasn't doing it for any like religious reasons either. I was just doing it because like same thing that you do the Greek Easter fast shit for is like I'm just gonna
Personal.
like kind of put myself through like a self-imposed like bullshit test just to see if I can do it.
Exactly. That's what Lent is about, bro.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
Jesus was doing, dude. He was like, I'm just gonna get crucified.
Yeah,
Just see if I can do it.
exactly. I'm gonna go in this fucking cave for 3 days, see if I can do it.
See if I can come back from the dead. And he did it. And he did it.
dude. And that's
And if
Eas-
your
and
ass
that's
can't
Greek
even give
Easter.
up fucking wings, dude. But you did. But you did.
Did Jesus do anything different for Greek Easter than he did for regular Christians? Was there like a little boy in that cave?
There was I think
Is that why he was so cool with being in that cave for 3 days?
I think Greek Jesus gave up little boys for Lent. Now I think about it. Now I think about it, which is a tough give up for a Greek in those days, dude. I mean, that's no easy task.
Yeah, come on. You're not gonna have an apprentice?
It was totally fine back then, dude. But yeah, I feel like right now, in terms of the fact that not only was I deprived of my entire social life and my entire way of making a living,
Yeah,
but then
livelihood.
the least I could have done is eat some meat and dairy, and I didn't even do that. And then you're expecting me to give up cigs and drinking? No. No
Dude,
way,
You're
Jose.
expecting me to give up visiting my family?
Yeah,
Breaking quarantine? No.
No. I need to get lectured by my parents once a week. All right. I'm not giving that up. I need to be told how much of a failure I am every Easter, or else I don't know how to succeed. But like I was driving around today, and I know the masks things only applies to like people in buildings and shit like that. But there was some type of like event going on in Annesley and Stoneleigh where people were just lined up outside of this one store on York Road down there. And they were all in lines with like masks, and I saw families biking around like with their kids, their little 2-year-olds with like masks
Wait.
biking around, and I was like,
Wait,
what?
on like that strip on York Road? Mm-hmm. Like where Stoneleigh Lanes is?
Yeah,
Was it for the
it was right
hardware
there.
store?
Yeah, maybe there was a hardware sale. Maybe they were selling masks. Now I think about it.
Oh,
Maybe they were selling
Or
masks.
maybe they had masks and gloves and shit.
Dude, that might have fucking been it.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I didn't even
And
think
there's
about
just
that.
like a line down the block. Was everyone 6 feet apart in the line?
Dude, it was just to say the least, it just kind of freaked me out. I'm getting kind of
It
freaked
looks
out a
weird,
little bit. I'm
dude,
getting kind
'cause
of
it looks like some weird alien shit's about to happen.
I feel very uneasy right now. It's just I don't like this, and it's kind of giving me a lot of anxiety. And the fact that I gotta wear like something around my face all the time, I just feel like I live in this post-apocalyptic world, and I'm trying my damnedest to just not, but I know I'm being irresponsible by not, and it just sucks, man.
It's super
really
weird.
sucks. It really sucks, and I don't know what I'm gonna do besides just comply.
I know. That's the weirdest part. It's like it's like the penalty for not abiding by all these things is like the threat of death. So it's like from just like an invisible virus.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fucking sucks. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's like you just have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about like you kind of just have to fucking fall in line until this shit's over.
And that's always been a very difficult thing. I realize that this is a flaw in my personality, but it's always been a difficult thing for me to just fall in line. And now I feel like I have to. And
Yeah, this is the only time where it's like actually serious to do it.
yeah, and it goes against my nature. And so now I just find myself in this constant like battle between myself and I just can't help but look at people in masks and be like,
Pussy.
pussy, you fucking, what are you doing, dude? It's just becoming too much, dude. It's becoming too much for me. But I guess, in the benefit of everyone, I guess wear a mask. And I'll do it. I'll do it. But I gotta. The only way that I could possibly do it is if I do something that like still maintains a little bit of identity. Like I kind of want to wear like a
Dude,
like a
live from the
cool
studio mask.
dude. That would be a good piece of merch for us to kind of pitch out at first. A live from the studio mask. I would wear
It'd
that.
be sick, dude.
I'm gonna wear that after quarantine.
We'd get some good press if we donated a bunch to hospitals too.
Oh, we would.
Yeah.
Oh, we would get press.
Not
for
even
that,
thinking about it in a good deed effort.
Oh, no.
Thinking about it in a PR effect.
100% clout, baby. 100%. I want them fucking retweets like, this is the kind of podcast the world needs. And we're just fucking selfish douchebags who never released a t-shirt before now. Black and teal mask. I would wear the fuck out of that, dude.
That'd be sick. I could see what could happen. I was thinking about doing custom lighters for the comedy festival, but also custom live from the studio lighters would be sick too.
Well, here's the thing. Lighters are the kind I think lighters, if you're somebody who's thinking about merch, I think lighters may very well be one of the best pieces of merchandise you could ever imagine selling, because it's this thing that gets passed around. Like, I've never held on to a lighter for more than 2 weeks. Like, I've had so many lighters come and go. I don't even consider lighters mine. I
Dude,
consider
that's the
lighters
craziest part about this quarantine. Like, I wanted to make a tweet about this, but it was like, like, dude, I don't know. This like still isn't even a formed joke or whatever, but like, I just like the amount of lighters I haven't lost from just like being in public in quarantine, like, is crazy. I've never had lighters this long before.
Yeah, I have too
Like,
many lighters. I'm overloaded in my house.
I have like 5 big lighters in my house for some reason. I don't even remember getting all of them. I just have all of them. One of them is definitely like 3 years old. Like, I found it like unpacking shit because I still had shit to unpack.
Mm-hmm.
And like it still works. Like, I didn't know Bics could last that long.
Bics last forever, dude. Bics last until you lose them. I don't know if they ever die. I think they just pass around until they eventually. I don't think they ever die.
Yeah, they end up somehow back at the factory where they just refill them, send them back out,
They just circulate through all
put a
330
new sticker
million
on them,
people.
and throw them back on the shelf.
No, I think lighters are the best, because hats are kind of like, not everybody wears a hat. You're not always going to have a hat, and also
You can't wear a hat to every occasion.
And if you find a hat, you're not going to wear it because it might have
Yeah,
lice.
that's gross.
But if you find a lighter, you're going to use it
Oh yeah,
all the time. All the time.
that's that's a crazy thing to think about too. Like, after this quarantine, like, just like the small shit that's going to be different. You're way less likely to just pick up a random lighter after this shit. You're way less likely to just like, oh shit, like a girl just like walking down the street, like, oh, there's like a cool scrunchie on the ground. I'm gonna grab that and clean it. Or like, I don't know, dude. Just like seeing random money
I
on the
thought
street.
you meant
Are
I
gonna
would find a
pick up-
scrunchie and give it to a cool girl on the street.
No, I was saying like a girl walking down the street. But like, no, dude, like if you see like $1 on the street after this shit, are you just gonna be like, free $1, cool, let me throw that in my pocket and forget and touch my face? Or are you gonna be like, $1's not worth it?
But $5 would be worth it.
$5, yeah, that's why I use dollar as an example.
Yeah. I think a dollar bill will become socially irrelevant, but a $5 bill, it had to be pretty fucking bad for me not to see a 5 and be like, well, I'm copping that.
Yeah, true.
I'm copping that.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I was going to say that masks, would be cool right now, but then also when everybody stops wearing them, that's a lost cause. But at the same time, who fucking knows how long we're wearing them? Because people might, how in like China and stuff like that, they still just wear masks.
Yeah, it was like just regular life shit to wear a mask in China in public before any of this shit.
And
Just
that's
because they had all the other problems with like, bird flu, swine flu. all the
That's
animal flus, dude.
kinda
The
what I'm
zodiac
scared of.
flus.
Zodiac
Dude, what's gonna happen when the dragon flu comes, dude?
the monkey flu,
The monkey flu. The
I'm
ox
just-
flu.
the ox. I'm just scared that like I just don't want masks to become a regular thing in America, dude. I don't want because what I could foresee happening potentially, and I haven't really thought this out completely, unfortunately, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't want people to get so used to being scared of human contact that wearing a mask and no contact deliveries and social distancing and staying 6 feet apart and all those things become a regular part of everyday life after this goes on. I'm really, really hoping that this is just a temporary thing. But I can also, it's hard to ignore how quickly everyone has changed their entire demeanor and their entire like way of going about life so quickly that it's hard for me to imagine that people are just going to go back. And I think that's what bothers me. I think the reason why I have such an issue putting on the mask right now is because I feel like I'm scared of it becoming just regular.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I see that.
I'm
But
scared of
also, I don't know. It's like, I just like, for me at least, like, I just feel better, like, because, like, I don't know. The only times I really go out now is to, like, go to the grocery store or go on a walk. And I'm only using a mask at the grocery store. And that's just, like, to fucking ease my anxiety of, like, going in a place with other people where other people touch shit to put it on the shelves, obviously. And I don't know what they have going on. I don't know who else came through here, picked shit up, put it down. If they're wearing gloves or not. So if I'm masked up and gloved, I feel kind of like safe, and it's just like makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. It would yeah. I could see myself. I'll do it. I'll do it this week. If you order a pizza from Seasons, expect to see me wearing something.
Hell
But
yeah.
yeah. It just you know, it's just a lot to take in all at once, and especially being out driving all day, I feel like I'm much more like connected to it in a way cuz I see it all the time and I see
Yeah.
so many people every day.
No, it's
which for the-
crazy. I think my perspective on masks has changed pretty drastically because before this, if I ever saw anyone wearing a mask, I'd be like, "Oh fuck, let me stay away from them." But now, if I'm like in a grocery store, I'd rather stand near someone with a mask than someone without a mask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like going out on a walk in public too. Like, I went on a walk earlier, just like around my neighborhood, just like a couple blocks here and there. You know, nothing big, but yeah, there's like people walking their dogs with masks on. There's like a little old Asian lady with a mask on, and I just like walked right by her, obviously 6 feet apart. But like then I saw another like dude walking towards me, kind of looked my age, same shit, no mask. I didn't have a mask on, so like I was kind of part of the problem. But
Yeah.
like
Well-
I steered clear of him. I like went across the street. But little old Asian lady, I was like, yeah, I'll fucking breathe your air in. You threw it through a mask. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, and this is something my dad took me into because my dad is a painter and did like lead painting training and stuff like that, where you have to wear masks and things like that. And one of the first things they told him when he was doing that training is that you don't want to be wearing a mask unless it's absolutely necessary because it's actually unhealthy. When you're wearing a mask, you're actually rebreathing your own germs.
Yeah.
And so, unless you're in a public place, unless you're in something like a store, if you're just walking outside, like on a walk, it's actually less healthy to be wearing a mask because you're exhaling into the mask and then re-inhaling your own germs, which is a danger. So, when you're wearing a mask, you should be doing that when you're in the vicinity of other people, or else it's actually counterproductive, which is something that I. Makes sense. It makes sense.
Something
I
I
would-
learned from my papa tonight.
It's something I learned from my dad today, and it makes sense. It makes sense. If you're walking your dog, and there's not a person around you for 400 feet in any direction, you don't need the mask. I hate to say it. You don't need
Dude.
the mask. In fact, it's worse for you to wear the mask.
That is one thing about this quarantine. I want a pet so bad.
Yeah.
But I know I shouldn't have one.
I pet someone's dog today on a delivery. I think they were mad.
Oh shit, dude, I'd be so pissed off if just
Well,
some random delivery driver pet.
It wasn't my
dog
fault,
during
dude. They had the
quarantine.
dog in the yard. The dog like ran up to me and was like jumping on me, and I was like, "Hey, buddy, what am I supposed to do?" Dogs don't understand social
I
distancing.
don't think. Yeah, I mean, they should have had their dog in the house. Like
Yeah,
that's
what am I
definitely
supposed to
on
do?
them.
Hey, get off of me!
No, I don't
Come
think
on,
you
bro.
didn't. I don't think you did anything wrong. But like, if I set up all the right measures to not have you touch my dog,
Yeah, I didn't
and
walk in their house
and you
was like,
still somehow touched my dog,
"Hey, you got a
I'd be
dog?
like,
Let me
come
just step
on,
in."
bro. What the fuck?
Hey, can I use your bathroom real quick and also pet your dog?
Yeah, do you have any water? I have this weird cough.
Hey,
Oh, the
tea?
elbow thing? No, that's gay. I'm not gonna cough my elbow. Just fucking close your eyes. I don't care.
Close your eyes.
Well, you didn't. It's not my fault you didn't close your eyes.
Yeah, man. I've had a lot of I delivered to
Yeah, have there been any like extraordinary deliveries?
nothing extraordinary. There was something very disheartening that I saw. That I delivered to a house in Towson the other day, and it was this group of dudes that were having band rehearsal, and they sounded really good. And it was right on
Nice.
Chesapeake Avenue. They were like right next to like the Subway and 7-Eleven over there. They were in a house, and you could hear the music from like out on the street. And I was like, "Ooh, that's band rehearsal. I can tell." So I walked in up to the door. That is not inside. I didn't
I
fucking
walked
sit in.
inside. I pet their dog.
The dog.
They're like, "Can I
Used the
take a shit?"
bathroom, sat in on the drums for a second, coughed on the snare.
Tried playing every instrument. You
The
did the
drums
thing
aren't
where
working
you
out.
like
Let me try-
lick the bass to play it to be like, yeah, I eat pussy, but also I'm getting all my germs all
I
over
did the
this.
Jimi Hendrix tooth guitar solo on the ding. Played somebody's harmonica. I walked up and I heard them playing and I was like, "So you guys playing anywhere?" And they were like, not currently." And I was like, "Oh shit, man, you guys should look into like I play music full time. You guys should look into like playing at like the Point." And I listed a whole bunch of places they should look into, and they were just like, "Yeah, all right, dude. How much is a pizza?" And I was like, "Damn, dude, I am a bitch right now." They don't
Yeah.
even know, dude. They don't. They're looking at
I
me
mean,
like some.
yeah. Because like
sucked.
it is a weird thing to like. You could have also added in like, yo, before the COVID shit, I was doing the shit like I was
Yeah.
just playing music professional. This is just my side shit right now.
But even that just is like, all right, sure, bro.
I mean, yeah, that is
Sure.
a lot of exposition for a pizza
For a delivery guy.
Yeah.
Guy. Like, dude, I ordered a pizza, not your life story, bro.
Yeah, dude, you're not a side character in this band right now. In like
Can I
the
be in your
making
band?
of documentary.
I was just trying to make conversation. I was just trying to like have
Like,
some
yeah,
type
so
of like
the making of the Spades on VH1.
Yeah.
So it all really came together when this delivery driver guy came through. He was like, "Hey, you should play at the Point. You should play at the
I remember
Horse." I remember
Joe
it was
on the
quarantine from 2020. I remember his name was Johnny.
Johnny. I remember Joe was like, "Yo, we should get pizza," and the delivery driver came up. He said, "Man, this is a #1 record. You need to play. You need to play at the Point in Towson." And that's when it all came together for all of us. That random delivery driver in a
Whatever
management
happened
polo.
to him?
Pretty sure he wasn't even a manager, but he had the management polo.
We thought it was weird. Like, why would the manager deliver the pizza?
Suddenly they're all British.
Yeah.
Because any successful band is
Towson
British.
University exchange program. Dude.
Now I'm
There's
British
just
in the
four
interview.
dudes from New Jersey at the Geordie Shore right now, studying abroad to be a Guido somewhere else.
Yeah, man, it was just sad, dude. Because, like, I wanted so bad to have, like, a musical connection. But then I realized, dude, you're just a pizza guy. Dude. You're a pizza guy.
Yeah, dude.
You are
Food's
nothing.
getting cold. That's all they're thinking about right now. They're like, we wanted this fucking pizza, and now this guy's trying to talk to us. Because you've
not
totally
even
been in
wearing
that
a mask.
situation before, dude. You've totally been in that situation
I was
before
that
where you
guy,
get
dude.
your food, and the guy's just like wants chill for a second for some reason. Like,
It's the worst, dude. It's the worst, dude. I'm having trouble adjusting to my new identity.
But also, I totally get it too because like you know, you're going through quarantine, but you're still interacting with people. So
Yeah.
it's like you're seeing people face to face and you're like expecting to have just like a normal interaction, but they're
Mm-hmm.
like that's their biggest hurdle for the day to be
Dude, that's
like
their biggest
I
social
fucking
interaction.
am yeah, like I'm terrified to answer the door for this delivery. Like
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
to see another person. I'm on day 13. I couldn't hold out another day. I needed to get pizza.
Like, dude, when's the last time you talked to somebody? Well, I ordered season the other day, and this guy came up in a polo and talked to me about my band for way too long. And that was like their biggest interaction all week, but for me, that was just a Tuesday. And that's what I think is weird
That was
because
like your fourth delivery of the day.
when you're still working, it's hard to realize what's really going on. Like, I feel like I'm much more out of touch in the past 2 weeks now that I've been working and seeing people every day. I was much more in touch with like the pulse of culture 2 weeks ago when I was also in my house all day. But now that I'm not, I'm kind of losing touch with it. And it's weird because I still expect the same level of like human interaction and people just are not game for it, dude.
Yeah.
And it's kind of pissing me off. It's kind of pissing me off, dude. Not in a
Yeah.
bad way. It's pissing me off in a good way. I'm proud of
I'm
people.
fired up.
I'm fired up, dude. I'm fired up for how seriously people are taking it. But at the same time, it's like, dude, now I'm depressed because now I have to be shunned 18 times a day.
Contactless delivery.
I have to run up to people's doorsteps, knock on the door, and sprint away as they peer
Like
through their
you're
window.
fucking ding dong ditching.
Yeah, exactly. It's the worst. It's the worst, dude. I feel like I have the most undignified job of all time right now, dude. I am the worst person right now.
I don't know. I mean, you're doing better than me, dude. I'm just fucking being a lazy boy.
I almost feel like being unemployed is better than being a pizza delivery guy right now.
I don't know. Because you can probably do both and it'll probably be better.
Well, here's the issue. When you're unemployed, people can naturally assume, oh, this guy probably had a dope job and then he lost it, just like everyone did.
No, I think people usually think like, oh yeah, I guess your job was bullshit all along. Because obviously it just vanished the minute anything happened.
Anything happened and you were the first one out the
You're
fucking
the
gate.
first one to go.
But for me, because I've delivered to a couple people that I went to high school with, and it is my duty to immediately explain my situation. It's
Oh,
the
of
first thing out of my
course.
mouth. As
Of
soon as I
course,
knock,
as
I
it
delivered.
should be.
Dude, I delivered to a dude we went to high school, Tucker, who was in the band Over and Out, and it's the worst because they open the door and like, "Oh, what's up, Jimmy?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, man, bars got shut down. I was playing full-time music. Trust me, you know how it goes. And now I'm working at Seasons again, but only temporarily. But yeah, that's my life now. And I got to get it
And
all
they're
out.
like, so it was like $5.99 or
At least when you have a job and then lose it, you can always look back at the job and be like, I had a good job though. For me, they just automatically assume like, dude, you were a pizza delivery. You were a 27-year-old pizza delivery guy, and now you have a
never
made up
stopped.
story.
You
have a
There's
made up
no
story.
in between me knowing you 4 years ago and now.
You just always you didn't even work at Cheesecake, bro. You suck.
You never transferred, bro. Melting pot? What's that?
Yeah, man. That's been and also I guess explaining to like the younger kids I work with, because now I'm like 27 and I'm like working with like
Yeah.
22-year-olds as delivery drivers, and I have to work that into conversation. You have to, and it's not because I want to talk about the fact that I play music. It's
Yeah.
because I need to tell you that I'm not a loser. When I'm washing dishes in the back of Seasons Pizza, I need you to know that I didn't need to do this a month ago.
Yeah.
I need you to know that.
Oh shit.
I don't even
Yeah.
know if they believe me. I don't even know. I feel
Yeah.
like they're like sitting there the same way I was when I was younger, listening to some dude talk about like what he could have done, should have done, would have done, and just been like, yeah, that guy Jimmy, like,
He's a bitch, dude.
he's a fucking bitch, dude. I fucking hate that guy. Why did he tell me to keep it real when he left? What a fucking loser. Keep it real, bro. You're a delivery
I thought
boy.
about fucking him, but then he said keep it real, and I was like, ew.
Yeah. It's weird because I like I still have my musician persona, but I'm just a bitch now. So I'm just a delusional delivery boy.
You have CEO energy, but you have a manager right now.
Exactly. I have business owner energy, and
You're
I am
self-made man with a boss right now,
yes, and it's weird. It's weird,
dude.
but I dig it. I'm digging it so far. I've been late to like every other shift, which has proven to me that
back to business.
I know, dude.
Anytime you have a fucking job where you're not the boss,
I can't do it.
Fuck it, bro.
I can't do it, dude. I can't. No matter, I don't know what it is about my sleep schedule, but like no matter what time I wake up, I don't go to bed until 4 a.m.
Oh yeah,
It's just
for
inevitable.
Sure.
I just can't.
Oh, yeah.
I just
No,
can't.
I'm the same fucking way. But also, it's like I don't know. It's like I don't know. When I like was going in to edit and like do office work, I always had. Anytime we had a shoot at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., I'd be like 20 minutes early.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that would never be a problem. But if it was just like an edit day, be like, for whatever reason, my body literally just like can't wake up to be like to the fact where I'm like, a couple minutes late here or there. And it's like, I'll stay an extra couple minutes late after just to make up for it. But like, if I don't need to get up, my body, there's like a snooze on all of my parts where it's just like, dude, in your subconscious, you actually don't need to get up right now. So we're not going to let you.
Yes. And I think for me, it's kind of like for the past 3 years, well, actually my entire life, but for the past 3 years, it hasn't mattered. I'm a very ballpark time guy. Whenever we text each other about like when to do the podcast, it's always like a time / a time.
Yeah.
And then we wind up doing the podcast like 30 minutes after the last time. And that's
I plan for that too.
Yeah, and that's like how I operate on time. Like if you tell me 10 p.m., in my mind, there's not a bone in my body that thinks that I'm actually doing that at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
It means that I should start making move towards doing it at 10 p.m. Like at 9:55, I go, all right, let's
yeah,
start thinking about doing this
driving
podcast.
home.
Yeah, like I'll do that. Like band rehearsal. Like is band
And this
rehearsal
is all
actually?
hypothetical.
I mean,
Because it's Monday at 8 something right now.
8:31.
Maybe 9.
don't even know
I'm
what
not
time
going
it
to
is.
check the clock.
Let's not check the clock, dude. It's not
check
even
the
worth
clock.
it. It's not even worth checking the clock.
it.
But like I've realized now that I've been put back into this forum that I have made absolutely zero improvements as an adult since I was 24. I am equally as immature, equally as irresponsible, and that's been eye-opening. To know,
I don't know. I feel like we're both a little bit more mature than we were at 24, but at the same time, a lot of the other traits and characteristics have not changed.
I'm more
sure.
mature about how I process being late. Like I regret it a lot more, but it has not made me be less late. Like now when I'm 15 minutes late, I think about it all day. I'm like, dude, you are such an asshole. But I know I'm going to be late next week. Like I just know I will be. So like nothing's changed. I am still an asshole. And that's been the biggest
Can't teach an
realization.
old dog new tricks, dude.
You can't, dude. That's just, look, you know what? At a certain point in life, you have to learn your strengths and learn your weaknesses. And I definitely have a problem with being punctual. However, I think that's something that with discipline or something like that, I could learn, But will I? That's the question. I don't think so.
It also like all depends on like context and shit too, because like I don't know. I uh I just know people in my life. I'm not even talking about you. I'm talking about like family and shit where it's like I know people who are like so much more late than me and shit where I'm like at least I'm not that late. You know what
Well,
I
that's
mean?
yeah, that's the other thing. When you're in like an art line of business, then all the people that surround you are the same type of person. Like when you work in like an actual job forum, people are like that type of person more likely. Like you work with a lot of people that are like, I get here at 10:55 if I'm scheduled at 11. But like when you work making videos or like a recording studio or something, dude, you're dealing with fucking musicians and artists, and they're not doing that. No artist or comedian or guy like that thinks like that. We're not wired that way. So like I'm just used to being like, oh, I start a gig at 6. I'll probably start at 6:05.
Yeah.
But dude, if you're 5 minutes late for like a regular job, you hear about it.
Yeah, there's HR.
So we notice it. Blah, blah. It's like, you know, it's not
The
great.
spreadsheet told us that you were late a couple times, so the spreadsheet advised us to talk to you about that. Microsoft, the
spreadsheet.
Clippy told us that we needed to fire you. So
Uh,
I went to 4 years of college so I could talk like this. It's very disarming.
Speaking of disarming, dude, as soon as I walked in the building tonight, who else did I run into but a GoPuff delivery guy, dude?
Damn.
And I gave him peace of my mind. I mean, don't get it twisted. I didn't yell at him or anything, but I had to ask. He was in a mask, and this is another thing that I
Was it a
noticed I keep
GoPuff
doing.
mask? Do they have customizable masks?
No,
Okay,
because
thank
that would
God,
be too
dude.
convenient for GoPuff.
No, well then I would have
They
thought
sell
like
candy masks.
I mean like I was like hoping I could figure out who GoPuff uses for masks so we could get the
Nah.
LFTS ones.
Yeah, he had like a legit like light blue. I think that those are the ones that I associate with being like the real masks, the light blue ones.
Yeah, like the
And-
disposable, like kind of like nurse and doctor masks you usually see in like cartoon, like movies and shit.
Yeah, he had that one on. And this is another thing I notice I keep doing is again, I haven't been wearing a mask when I drive around, but I
Well,
always
don't wear one. That was a funny Floyd post that I saw. I think he like just reshared someone's post where it was like, I saw someone wearing a mask inside their own car and they're the only one in that. Yeah, you should stay home even after the quarantine.
That's kind of what I was getting at earlier. But I keep on when I deliver stuff. They're wearing a mask. I'm not. And when I leave, I go, "Hey man, stay safe, bro." And they're probably thinking like, "Dude, I
You're
am
not wearing a mask.
You're not wearing a mask.
Yeah,
you fucking stay safe.
Yeah, bro.
You are driving to 75 people's houses a week with no. You stay safe, please."
Only 5 people use GoPuff in a day.
So I see this GoPuff guy, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up, dude? You know what apartment you're going to?" He's like, "No, he says he's coming down." At first, I felt like I came off as like that like very territorial like resident in a building where I was like, "What are you doing in here? Like, who you here to see?" type of deal. But I wasn't being that. I was literally just trying to help him out.
Well,
but
also
I feel
you're
like
probably being like, "Yo, I bet it's Dom or Lucas."
yeah. I was like, "Yo, where are you going? Dude, I can tell you how to get there." And he was like, "No, bro, they're coming down." I was like, "All right." And so I walked to the elevator, and the elevator came, and I was like, "No." And I went back, and I said, "By the way, man, I got to ask you, do you guys sell cigarettes?" And he was like, because we tried to order cigarettes last week on GoPuff, and we got candy cigarettes, and we thought it was like a joke or some like weird fuck up. But like, do you sell cigs? And he was like, "Nah, man, just candy." And I was
Damn.
like, I knew it. You motherfucker. I think it might have been Shorty. He was short. I'm glad I didn't call him Shorty, though.
You
Yo,
just start
Shorty.
calling him Shorty.
Yo, Shorty. You sell
Yo,
candy
Shorty.
cigs?
You sell candy cigs?
Give me the skinny on this situation, dude. Be honest. I gotta tell him. I won't tell anybody, but be honest. You only sell candy cigs,
You
right?
do topless maid service? Shorty?
Shorty? Yeah, so that was That was an interaction I had today. I just feel like no interaction I've had has been fulfilling. It's just been ass.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
always feels like
literally,
there's a,
the only interaction I've had recently was doing like Liz came and hung out like yesterday and left today, but like I don't know, we've been on our own quarantine separately where it's like I don't I don't see that as a big deal as breaking quarantine. So
No,
that was like my main only interaction, but Eki Ben, I made sure to be like, dude, thank you guys. You're the fucking best. Like, even though they're probably like, yeah, get the fuck out of here so other people can come in. And I'm
Yeah,
just
exactly.
like, yo, but you're fucking so good.
I feel like that
I
is.
love you.
I feel like that is the rules of quarantine. Quarantine is social distancing, except
Dude,
for
it's
the stuff that you
Thanksgiving
want to
every
do.
day, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You just give your thanks every day in quarantine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been taken care of quite a bit, but I just don't feel like I want more. As I drive through the roads, I see all kinds of signs that are like, "Thank you, our healthcare workers. Thank you, this person. Thank you, our trash men." And I'm like,
And don't get me wrong, like I'm saying thank you, like not overzealously. Like I'm not fucking banging pots and pans out my window, thanking
Oh,
healthcare
yeah.
workers. Like I'm not
making
that.
poster board signs and
I'm not
shit
that
like that.
stupid, dude. No, I'm not fucking.
I want
going
one
outside of
poster
Good
board
Morning
sign.
America, dude. What if people start going outside of like the Good Morning America people's like house windows with signs and shit? That'd be wild.
I think now that I am an essential worker, I think that it's getting to my head. Now I feel very important and consequential, and I just want to sign. I want to sign. I want to say thank you, Seasons Man, for putting your life on the line.
Thank you, pizza delivery drivers who I went to high school with.
Who definitely had a better job before this, but now don't
Who
because
talks
you
to
explained
me
your.
way too much when he delivers the pizza.
Who gave me advice on how to succeed in my music career, even though you are 27 and working at Seasons. Thank you for
man.
everything you do.
Dude, I don't think we ever say it on the podcast, dude, but I love you, bro.
I love you too, bro. I love you too. We've said it.
We say it in life when we're drunk, but you know what? It's quarantine, dude.
It's quarantine, dude.
Got to show
I
love
love you, Eric.
where we need it, you know. Love you too, dude.
I love you guys in the live stream too, man. I just want to say that to everybody. I truly do. I really do. I appreciate the people that give a shit about what we're doing. Not even give a shit, because I know a lot of you don't give a shit, but I know a lot of you support, which is cool.
It's nice.
know.
It's a nice gesture.
Because I think about that all the time. Like, why the hell do we even do this, dude? Why do we do this?
Yeah. I mean, mainly for like the actual like download listeners. Like those are pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's
no,
not
that's what I'm
be,
saying.
let's not beat around the bush. But the live
Let's not.
stream, we're still growing. We're still growing the live stream. You know, it's still pretty sparse. Pretty scarce.
Scarce.
Baby.
Yeah, sparse, it's scars. You know,
Bringing that
we're
back,
just getting
dude.
used to bring it back, scars. But like, I think about that all the time. It's like we don't have to be making an ass of ourselves all the time, twice a week online, having ridiculously uneducated conversation.
Luckily, just once for me.
But it's
Luckily, I can't play most instruments.
luckily, or else you'd be twice as
Play
much
the
of an
bongo,
asshole.
dude. Dude, play the bongo on live stream for tips.
Yeah,
I don't even
dude.
have one.
Or the egg shaker. You've killed the egg shaker in the past. I've seen you shake an egg.
Dude, I have
in
a
your day.
keyboard. I think I'm gonna start trying to teach myself keyboard.
Dude, if you're trying to pursue any hobby right now, pursue it. I've been losing chess games like a madman. But I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to get better. I'm trying to get better, trying to learn new stuff, learn my new way of life. But mostly I've just been using this as an opportunity to try to grow the listenership. But that's why I said thank you guys so much. It's been great. I had some people reach out and say they listened to a couple episodes in their downtime, and they
Oh yeah.
they really enjoyed it. So I was like, oh, cool. It's usually just girls that are trying to talk to me, which is always
God bless you.
God bless me.
Because me, I'm in a relationship. I can't do that. I
You
can't
can't.
put in the groundwork. There's no grassroots effort coming from me.
Yeah, dude, you're not in the fucking field like I am, bro.
You're in the field right now.
I'm in the
dude.
fucking field, bro.
You're in a field with no mask right now, dude. You gotta at least get a mask.
That's true. That's true. That's gonna be a new thing. Make out. That a mask is kind of like a make out condom, dude. People are gonna be making out with fucking masks
I'd
now.
rather do like, if I had to, like maybe saran wrap. I feel like that'd be better than a mask.
Well, they have dental dams, right? That's what you wear when you're gonna eat out. By the
But
way, guys,
dental
if you're
not
thinking,
for the mouth.
dude, if you're thinking about eating somebody out and you need a dental dam, just skip third base.
Yeah,
Just skip
I don't
third
even know
base.
how that, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean, because I guess you could still get the hood action. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Like the dental dam just prevents you from touching most of the shit, right?
I feel like it's literally just like you lay like a layer of saran wrap over top of the girls, and then you just eat out like a pre-wrapped lunch or
I feel
something.
like
I
that's
don't even
the
know what
better.
you're doing.
I feel like saran wrap's a better option for that. I feel
Probably
like
better
dental
than a
dam.
dental
I feel
dam.
dental dam like goes in too.
Really?
It's like two fucking. It looks like I'm pretty sure because I've like looked it up before just for science, and I think it's like two tubes, like two circular tubes. It's like a little like pop out like tube, but there's like a back to it, you know. So there's like one way in, one way out. That's where the penis goes. But it's like a little pop up tent that just goes in the pussy. I'm pretty sure.
Wow, dude. See, that's the problem with
And
prophylactics.
then it's like a
is-
big fucking circle on the outside, and then like the smaller one on the inside.
See, it's not sexy, dude. There's nothing that kills a
it's
vibe.
like- dude. It's definitely hasn't been updated in a while.
Dude, there's nothing that
I
kills
feel
a
like
vibe.
a dental dam could be cool if it was like updated. Like
You
if it was
just need it-
updated, like condom technology got updated, dental
needs
dams
to
would
be-
probably be sick.
It needs to be quicker and more casual, dude. Like, you can't be hooking up with a girl for the first time and then break out your dental dam and expect things to keep flowing. You just can't do it. You know, like even like putting on a condom really kind of kills the vibe a little bit. No, I do
does.
it.
It's like
I do it, but it's a
is
vibe
like
killer.
a break in the. It's just like a quick timeout. It's like weird.
Yeah. Like I usually try to like have as much eye to dick contact as possible when I'm about to hook up with a girl. Like I like to just kind of like bingo bango, like in there, you know? But then when you put on the condom, it's like this awkward situation where you got to like lean back
Yeah,
and
you have to like run across the
you
room.
always
Or,
put it
like,
on backwards. You always put it on backwards the first
You
time. and
barely
keep
ever like
rolling it.
ready to have a condom around you. You're like,
And then
"Fuck,
that's the
I
other
gotta
thing.
go check my car. Or like,
It's like a weird tightrope you got to walk because you can't look over prepared. to
yeah,
have a
you
condom.
can't just like have it quick draw. You
You
can't,
can't
have
pull
like,
it from
taped to
behind your ear like a
fucking-
pull it from
Yeah.
behind her ear like a magic trick. Like, hey, say the magic word,
Like,
hocus pocus.
luckily- yeah, 4 hours ago, I put this under the pillow.
Yeah,
So-
because I pretty much knew we were gonna fuck.
yeah, I knew we
So-
were gonna fuck hours ago.
The second I messaged
hid
you on
this
Tinder, I
underneath
said-
where you're gonna be, where I planned for you to be.
Like, do you have a condom? Check your back pocket. Go ahead, check your back pocket. I slipped it in there at dinner.
Yeah. 5 days ago when I met
5
you,
days.
I put this in your jeans. I calculated your rotation of pants, and I knew that on this date you'd wear this same pair of pants.
I knew this, and I knew.
And I trickily planned for this.
You can't. You got to act like whenever a girl asks, you got to be like, "Do you have a condom?" It's like, "Oh, I think I might."
so. And then,
And then I-
like, if you're too eager, you're like automatically look to where you're gonna, you know, it is. You're like, yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna go look in this drawer, but
X-ray
while I'm
see
at
it
it,
through the drawer.
I gotta like go to my drawer, open it up, and fumble around, even though I already
There's
found it.
nothing in the drawer except the condom.
Is that drawer specifically for condoms?
Dudes don't have shit in their drawers except for condoms.
My drawer is condoms, blue chews, lube that I stole from somebody, and the Holy Bible.
Do you live at a motel? What the fuck?
Where do you keep the condoms? Right next to the Good News Bible, King James version, actually. King James,
Yeah.
Prince Albert version.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, it's a fine line, dude, but we're making it. We're making it. I haven't had to worry about that at all recently, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, man. I mean, are dating apps even open again? Because I feel like they probably closed for the coronavirus, right?
No way, dude.
Are
I
you
feel
on
like
dating
dating-
apps still?
Not particularly. I've been perusing when I can, but it's kind of like a lost cause because it's like, what am I going to do? Message you for the next 4 months? I'm not doing that because because the psychology of Tinder is, you know, we've covered this on previous casts, but it still holds true if you've been unfortunate enough to miss the previous cast. But when you match with somebody on Tinder or Bumble or something like that, you need to move instantly towards the text or personal hangout. The longer you sit in limbo of like this guy,
Well, the longer nothing happens, the quicker someone else is gonna do that.
exactly. So you know what's going to
Because
happen.
dudes
You're gonna
get like one match out of every like 10 people, and girls get like 9 matches out of every 10
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. So you know what's going to happen if you match with a girl right now? You're going to put in all your effort. You're going to do your best Tinder game, your best Bumble game. And then you're going to get like, yeah, we should totally hang out after lockdown, quarantine, or whatever. And then a
It's
month
like,
from now,
bye.
she's going to have 45 more matches that are more fresh, more new, more interesting, more exciting.
Yeah,
And she's
they
gonna
had
hang
a
out with
job
those
the whole
dudes.
lockdown.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What am I going to tell a girl right now? You know? So I'm just going to, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm just, you should try to play at the point or.
So yeah, I haven't. I mean, I've. Don't get me wrong, dude. I'm not a saint when it comes to quarantine. I've definitely tried to have some meetups. You know, as I figured, like as long as I'm keeping it under 10 people in my apartment, I'm good. I'm only asking you.
Dude, I saw a video. The rapper Blueface.
Mm-hmm.
He had like a stripper party at his house like yesterday under quarantine, and there were just like 8 strippers just like wandering around his room, and then like 2 of them started getting in a fight, and they like, dude, it was an insane video. It was so funny. Definitely just check that out outside the cast.
Jesus, is there anything more trashy than watching 2 girls get in a fight? I can't even imagine it.
It's so weird. It's always so weird whenever I see girls fight. Because
Yeah.
it's just like the opposite of what I'd even expect a girl to do.
Yes. It's an instant turnoff, dude.
It's just so out of character
Mm-hmm.
that it's like, I don't know. I don't get it. And that may be like a weird, like, I don't even know, like a weird sexist thing that, like, I don't know. But I just, it's weird.
I'd like to think that my future girlfriend could win a couple fights, though. You know.
Yeah, and I've never been in that situation where I've like seen my girlfriend fight. So like maybe it would be like if I do see that happen and she like whoops someone's ass, I'd be like, damn, that's hot.
Yeah, I
But
don't know how I
also,
feel
like,
if I just
don't
watch
know.
my girlfriend KO somebody, like World Star KO, like this chick laying in the middle of the street just zonked, and I'd be like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop liking girls' pictures on Instagram now. Damn, Jesus Christ.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh shit. She's like figure 4 leg lock, choke someone's out. And you're like, damn, dude. I'm gonna stop pranking her.
Yeah, stop pranking her, dude. Yeah, that's a weird line to walk. I don't know how I'd feel about that. I hope for. I feel like as a boyfriend, it's your job to just kind of like stand in the middle, just stiff arm both of them. Get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
no. I don't think there'd ever be a situation unless like she was just like, stay back, I got this. Like I don't think there'd ever be a situation where like I wouldn't step in a situation like that. You know what I mean?
Because then you'd be mansplaining to her fight.
yeah.
If you stepped in and were like,
If after she denied consent for me to step into the fight because she was gonna whoop their ass, like it would be me mansplaining if I stepped in.
yeah,
to
exactly.
handle
That would
it.
be sexist of you. It is sexist if you don't let your girlfriend get her ass beat. That is the moral of this conversation.
I don't know. At least in my eyes right now, I feel like my girlfriend could beat most women up.
I feel like Liz can handle some chicks.
Yeah.
I'm going over a list of girls I've dated in the past, and I feel like Liz would easily have a winning record.
Yeah.
There's a couple chicks that I feel like could really hold her own.
I mean, dude, one of your GFs was like, I feel like she would have whipped some ass.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I remember wrestling her one time and like trying. Like
yeah.
like legitimately
It went from play to being like, oh shit, I can't lose.
yeah, like I'm gonna fucking choke this bitch out right now. Like, what do you think you're doing? All right? It was all fun and games until you started like
Winning.
being competent. Yeah. Until I was flailing on my back. Fucking losing my ass right now. That's something you don't want to have happen, dude. If
Oh
your
my
girlfriend is
God.
beating you in a wrestling match, you got to do what you got to do. You can't be losing to your girlfriend, dude.
Get the fucking sand, throw it in her eyes.
Hit her
Have
with the
someone
steel
throw-
chair.
Yeah, have someone give you a chair.
She was coming in with the steel chair. Go in a
Passes you
fucking
through the
court.
ropes.
Going in the corner, they're like, all right, Your
Jimmy
Honor,
has ropes around his bed.
I know when you read it on paper, it sounds incriminating, but you have to understand, she was winning.
You had to understand, we're doing a pay-per-view. She had an OnlyFans set up.
OnlyFans, dude. Bunch of fucking simps pay $10 to watch me get my ass beat. I won't stand for it. Fuck you, simps.
That's why you're playing dirty. You're the heel.
I'm the heel. Everybody wants my thought girlfriend to win, dude. I'm
They
not
all
having it.
hate that you fuck her, dude.
By the way, guys, don't subscribe to girls' OnlyFans, dude. That is just, there's no quicker way to put yourself, and this might be part of like my weird psychology of thinking
Yeah.
that I actually.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't care about OnlyFans. I feel like I'd be weird. I'd be like, honestly, I'd be weirded out if my girlfriend did it. Like, I feel like
yeah.
that'd be a thing that I couldn't accept, but I don't care if like anyone else does it. You
I
know
don't
what
care if people
mean?
do it. I don't care if people do it. Like, by all means, have an OnlyFans. But like, if you're a dude, I feel like, and this kind of goes back to the whole mask thing, in a very circuitous, strange, and not really way. But when you subscribe to a girl's OnlyFans, you are basically saying to yourself that I am accepting that there is no way in my life that I will ever actually be able to obtain a girl of this level. And so therefore I'm now resorting to paying to see it. In the same way, actually this has nothing to do with the mask thing that I'm thinking about it. So let's just stick with OnlyFans. Don't do that to yourself, bro. Maintain confidence, dude. Don't fucking subscribe to some chick's OnlyFans if, you know, like for me, I'm still delusional enough to think like, I'll just DM her. I'll just DM her, dude. I'm not paying $10 a month to see you naked. Fuck that. I'm either going to see you naked in real life or I'm not going to see you naked ever. And that'll be my motivation to being a cooler person. That's
Also,
just the
I've
way I
seen a
look at it.
lot of rappers take on that is that they're like, porn's free and y'all are buying OnlyFans.
Well, there is a weird, I can kind of see it because it's like
It's like
a
a
difference.
weird thing because it's like pay to play, like sexting in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
It's a
like
girl you
it's like a
know.
weird sexting that like you get a general ass message because it's being sent to like a million other people, like BCC'd. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
You're on like
And
a
that's-
weird like scam email chain.
Yeah, and it's like that's why I don't do the whole like I know some of my friends do like the fucking like live chat shit or like watch a girl like on those like streaming things.
Like the cam websites.
yeah, and some people need that. For me, it's like you know what?
I mean,
If
I've definitely seen those things before, but I've never
for
put
sure.
any money into it.
you can't,
Yeah,
you can't.
because then
That
you're a simp, dude.
You're a simp, dude. Once you start paying for nuts, it's all over, dude. I mean, I've paid exorbitant amounts of money inadvertently through drinks and food and outings, but that's totally different. Totally different, dude. We were discussing the morality of getting a happy ending at like a massage parlor. And I was thinking, like, would I do that? Probably not. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think at least like right now I can't imagine
Certainly not right now.
doing that.
I'd wear a mask at least. And I'd demand that she wears a mask as well.
And I don't even mean like right now as like a COVID-19 thing. I just
I
mean
thought
like
it's like in these trying times, it's probably not the best idea to get jerked
No,
off in a
dude.
back alley.
for a second everything was I felt like I was just talking to my boy and I like completely forgot about COVID-19. I just mean like at this point in my life, I'm just like, I don't think I need to do that.
Oh yeah, you don't need to do that, dude. Dude, this is devastating for single men. I think single men need a little bit more of attention for the
They
reality
need to
that
get another stimulus.
girls are taking this shit so seriously, bro. Girls, I gotta hand it to you guys. You are taking it so seriously, and it is devastating for the single male population, dude. I feel like I'm 11 again. I feel like I'm 11. It's unbelievable. And yeah. Dom's
Damn.
home.
Dom's home. Was he delivering tonight too?
Yeah, Dom's got a big lots delivery for us. What do you got, dude?
Ooh, what's up, baby? Was he still at your parents'?
Yeah, I think he just got back.
Hell yeah. Dude, what'd you guys have for Greek Easter?
My mom, in her normal way, overcooked some chicken and vegetables, and I just
No
muscled them
lamb?
down. No lamb.
Interesting. It might have been hard to
Really?
get, I guess.
Well, you know, my mom is a big fan of cooking stuff like well done. She loves cooking stuff well done.
Yeah. My mom
It's-
loves like well done steaks.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
and my
and,
dad's more of like a medium rare guy.
My mom's a good cook when she tries, or when in her specialty dishes, she can cook well.
No, it's crazy. I think everyone's a good cook if they just follow the recipe. But like some people are just like, I don't know, especially people who were like raised before the internet. They're just like, oh no, I'll just, maybe I'll look at the recipe, but also I'll just figure it out. I've done
It's
this
kind
before.
of it's kind of the same way that like I'm kind of old school in when I first started delivering pizzas, they have this new app that literally tells you where to go, and it tells you like the exact directions. To this day, I refuse to turn on the voice command directions on my phone that's like turn right here, turn left here. I
Damn.
just before I go, I look at the directions and I go, "All right, got it." And then I always fuck up.
Damn,
But it's like a pride thing to me where I'm like, I am not gonna have this annoying bitch come on my fucking radio every 35 seconds being like, and it's not even useful most of the time. Like, I'll understand
That's kind
if
of like
you're
the
saying
dude stereotype that like dudes don't ask
you
for
don't
directions.
ask for directions.
Yeah.
But it's one thing if you just want to pop on and say like turn right here. I don't like when they come on and like
in 600
stay
feet.
straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
In 600 feet, stay on this road for another. I'm like, I was already gonna do. I'm trying to listen to this song. Stop fucking telling me to keep doing what I'm already doing. Just pop on when I'm making a right.
I'm trying to listen to my own podcast.
I'm trying. Yeah. I'm our podcast #1 listener, and you're fucking me up right now. It just annoys me, dude. So I can't handle it. So I just turn that shit off, and I turn on just the MapQuest directions. And that's something my parents do. Is my mom, last time we went on a trip, they literally printed out MapQuest directions on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
That's
this
like a
is,
parent's thing to do is still print out directions.
yeah. And they're still wrong.
Yeah.
They're still wrong.
Like my mom has GPS like built into her car, but I'm pretty sure she still like prints shit out. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she does.
Plus, it kills phone battery, too. That's the other thing. Dom, toss me a lighter.
I guess, but most people like, don't you have like a power cord for your car for your phone?
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I guess I do.
I guess I'm fucking lying right now. Yeah, man. Fucking I don't know. For me this week, I just did a lot of cooking per usual. Like I said, like literally on Thursday, that was the only time I've gotten carry out through this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've been making a lot of good food.
It still is
Mainly
amazing to me
pizzas.
that carry out is considered essential. Because, like, I can't help but think it's not. Like, do you really need to-go food? Do you really need restaurant food right now?
Yeah.
Even
I
though
mean,
my
like,
entire livelihood is dependent on it. Like,
I don't
cook
know.
yourself a meal. That's essential.
But also, it's like it is like a nice thing to be able to like still support your local food places.
Oh,
You
for
know what
sure.
I mean?
I completely support the fact that it is listed as essential, but it definitely is one of those essential things that I think about. I'm like,
Because
Is this
also
really
that
essential,
like
though?
that's like a whole like I mean I get that like most restaurants and shit do like cost or what's that shit called the delivery
Curbside.
shit.
No
Like
contact?
the frozen shit that every
Oh.
food place gets like for their deliveries.
the frozen shit that they get for deliveries.
I don't know. There's just like a delivery, like a food shit that goes like literally every restaurant for like their frozen chicken fingers and fries and
Mm-hmm.
produce and shit. But like, I don't know. I forget where I was going with that. I think I was just trying to say like,
You were about to agree with me
There's,
that
like, a lot
restaurants
of,
are
like-
pointless.
no, I was going to say the opposite that like there's a lot more in the, economic supply chain at risk
That's
for
true.
those things too, because it's like, yeah, you're keeping a business afloat by helping pay the salary for their workers, but also they're still able to pay farmers and
Mhm.
people who provide them with their ingredients and shit.
Yes, and I'm joking right now, of course, because the obvious point would be that I am currently sustaining my livelihood off of the fact that these places are still allowed to operate, but also I am in full support of opening up the economy as much as we possibly can, and I stress as much as we possibly can.
Are you still thinking this is just like a bad flu, or was that
I don't
even
think it's a
ever your
bad
thing?
flu. I don't think it wasn't one of. I never was on the docket for thinking this was just a bad flu. I'm still on the docket of thinking that I just myself personally, I'm tired of hearing hearing we need to wait for the data. I'm tired of hearing I want to hear people start talking about a comprehensive plan on how we can get back to normal. And I understand that there's a lot of things we have to wait for that. But for instance, like I'm sure you've heard about the protests going on. There's one coming in. I think the first one was like in Minnesota or something. You heard about that?
Yeah, I saw like the protests about like
Mhm.
opening shit back up, right?
Yeah.
Like I
And-
think there
and-
was one in Annapolis. Like me and Elizabeth were talking about it. Apparently, like, I think Maryland might have been the only state where like the protest happened where everyone didn't get out of their cars or something.
Which, and I'll say this, and I will say this.
Kind of funny, dude.
Well, but I almost like that more. And here's the whole thing. I personally think that we should be pressuring our leaders.
I mean, it still gets the point across. Like you're still
It gets the
piling
point-
up like a
and-
bunch
and
of cars like at a
I
certain
think
spot.
I think the flaw in what Minnesota did, because I know a lot of the press coverage, and this is what annoys me, is that people have a good idea and they have a good cause. And I think it's a good cause to start pressuring our leaders to start thinking about how we're going to get this stuff back up and running, because I think it's a very overlooked reality that this is unsustainable. And I think it's a very overlooked reality that people are suffering, and many people haven't gotten their stimulus checks, and many people still haven't seen unemployment. And people are fighting for their livelihoods right now, and it's often looked at as this selfish thing where it's like, no, like these people have bills to pay, and they're wondering if they're ever going to be able to have their life back again. So I don't think it's a bad thing to pressure our leadership to start sitting down and thinking about, hey, let's come up with a timeline here. Let's at least hear some numbers. At least tell us, hey, at this date, we're going to look at the numbers, and if it's above or below this situation, then we're going to start doing this. And if it's above this, then we're going to do that. At least give us a plan. There's only so long that you can tell people we have no idea what the fuck's going on, so we're just going to keep doing absolutely fucking nothing until whenever we have some idea what's going on. People aren't going to stand for that, and as people's lives start to go downhill, as people start to be able to lose sight of what they're going to be able to do to sustain themselves. So I don't think it's a bad movement. I think it's very stupid to present yourself in that light. I think that what they did in Maryland in staying in their cars was that they actually were social distancing. If you're in your car, you're 6 feet apart from the car in front of you. You're inside your own car. And people say like, oh, that's hypocritical because it's like you're protesting social distancing, but still social distancing. It's like I look at it as like saying that they respect social distancing, but they're trying to get their point across and saying, hey, can we start making a plan here? I think it was very stupid what they did in Minnesota, which was basically just like parade around and like dance together and shit like that. You know, that's dumb.
Dumb.
Because that
But
shows
also,
blatant
I mean,
ignorance to the situation.
I totally get that, like, they have the right to protest and shit, and like Maryland, even though it is laughable that they didn't leave their cars, like, sure, like that is a better way of getting your point across than fucking hugging up on people and prancing around town.
Well, you
But
have to
also,
have
I think,
some way-
like, I don't know, I think they are trying to like at least address people's concerns. Like, I'm pretty sure they just like introduced something in the House where it was like $2,000 a month or something, and rent freezes. So
look,
like, who knows? Like,
right now, we have been forced to become, many people in this country have been forced to be dependent on the government, and the government has not provided. And so, you know, for many people, I'm lucky. Again, I am lucky because I have a job to fall back on. But for many people, that is not the case. And so if I was a person who had a business and am still expected to pay my rent and pay all my expenses, and they are not giving any more money for small business loans, they're still debating that back and forth. The loans that one of my friends works at Bank of America and is saying that they have no fucking clue how these things are operating. Like, every day the shit changes. When people call up and ask for the status of their business loan, they can't legally tell them. They have no idea when it's coming in. And people are literally sitting here like, what the hell am I going to do? You know, so I think that those people are demonized in a bad way. They're demonized as these selfish people who are ignoring the threat of the virus. They're not ignoring the threat of the virus. What they're doing is bringing attention to the other things that are happening. And there is a smart way to do that. And I think that the smart way to do that is to adhere to the social distancing demands, because I don't think that I don't think that people necessarily are saying this whole lockdown is bullshit or that we should reopen back to normal immediately starting tomorrow. I know there are some people that are saying that. I don't align with them. I don't think that we should just go back to normal. Yeah, I don't think we should
Florida
go back to
open
normal
their beaches
tomorrow.
again, and I think I saw like a thing where it was like 45 minutes into them opening the beaches again, they were full of like they're packed. And it's like, dude, you guys are fucking stupid. Like, I don't think we can say that that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I
I'm
get
not
that
saying-
like people should be able to fight like for like a like, hey, should we re-examine this? Should we try to open things sooner? Like, I get that is like one of people's concerns, but also I don't know. Like, I think some of the people are taking it too far.
Well, people are
Also,
definitely taking
I'm
it
just
too
gonna
far.
sit back
Yes.
and fucking watch the chat and see what people are saying and fucking.
Well, I'm sure people have a lot to say about this. I will say this. I think it is important for us as a country and as a society to understand what it means when we say flatten the curve, and understand that flattening the curve does not mean eliminating the curve. The whole concept behind flattening the curve was to limit the amount of people that are exposed at any given time so it doesn't overload our healthcare system like you saw in Italy and several other countries across the globe. You saw that a multitude of people were infected all at once to the point where they were not being able to be taken care of. So when America took the measures to say, hey, we're going to go on a lockdown and we're going to start having ventilators being built, and we're going to start having ICU beds being built, and we're going to start prepping up our healthcare system to be able to handle whatever happens when this does happen. At a certain point, you have to... 1 second. 1 fucking second, dude.
Let me just
1
say
second.
this. I think I saw something recently too that like even if we did go back now or like in a couple of weeks to like regular shit, all of our effort that we've put into flattening the curve is gonna go like out the window. Like it's gonna be like nothing happened at all.
That could be true, but it also stands to reason that like what is the alternative to wait for a vaccine? Because a vaccine could, I mean, SARS still doesn't have a vaccine. That came out in 2003. I mean, that's 17 years ago.
I don't even know about vaccine, but I just think like once we get a better handle of what's actually going on, like the longer we wait and the more prepared we are for like when shit does go back to normal. Like obviously the longer we wait, the better we're going to be more able to like assess the situation and figure shit out in the long run.
Well, what scares me is the reality that if we don't have a vaccine, which the likelihood, you know, I don't see any promising things on the horizon in terms of vaccinating the disease so that people can be immune to it without being exposed to it.
I think they've even said like don't expect a vaccine for like a year.
Yeah.
And that was in like February, March.
So right now our options are to basically maintain our lockdown as is until that vaccine happens, which they're estimating could be a year. But again, that's an estimation. That's not saying that exactly a year from now on the day they're magically going to stumble upon a vaccine. That's just what they're saying, you know?
Yeah.
So the alternative is to either say we're going to wait for a vaccine or we're going to get our health, or we have to understand and grasp the reality that if we don't have a vaccine, then this virus, everyone is going to be exposed to it that's going to be exposed to it. If you're going to get coronavirus, you're going to get it. And so all flattening the curve is about is limiting how many people at one time get it.
Yeah.
You know? So the best you can do is prepare your healthcare system to handle whatever influx at any given time happens. So what I would like to hear from our leaders is saying, okay, here's how many ventilators we have. Here's how many ICU beds we have. We can reopen this business, that business, this business. We can reopen this sector of the economy and we can impose these restrictions so that no more than this amount of people can be in any given place. Kind of like what we were doing before, like before we went on full lockdown where they were just saying like no more than X amount of people in a bar, no more than this. And they can say, if we maintain these restrictions, then we can estimate that only X amount of people will be infected by this disease, which will not overload our healthcare system because we fully understand that everyone that's going to be exposed to this is going to be exposed to it. We can't just sit around in a fucking foxhole for a year and just hope that eventually a vaccine gets you know, because it's what we're doing right now is unsustainable. So right now, as far as I understand it, that's our two options, you know? So I just want to hear somebody say, okay, we understand that a vaccine is not really on the table right now. We can't sit around and wait for that. So what can we wait for? What we can wait for is to have somebody come out and give us an estimate of what we can do to keep this country still moving and still on its feet while still mitigating the effect of the virus and its full effect if we went back to normal. You know, I just want to hear somebody saying that, and I think it does people that think in that light bad publicity when you have a bunch of ignorant people go out there and parade around the streets and act like nothing's going on, because then it's very easy for the other side to go out and say these people are idiots, they're completely ignoring the threat, when I think more commonly the average reasonable person does acknowledge a threat. I acknowledge a threat. I'm not saying it's complete and total fucking bullshit, but I am saying that we can't just keep doing this. So I would like to see somebody push for that. And I would, and so in terms of the whole Annapolis thing, the fact that they stayed in their cars and just drove around Annapolis, like, you know, I didn't do that. I've never been one to do that kind of stuff. That's not like, you know, I feel like in this day and age, you have much more of an effect on social media anyway. I feel like the whole idea of like public gatherings is kind of obsolete, retro in a way. It's like, you know, like you're going to gather on a public square when everybody's in their house. They're not even going to see it. They're just going to hear about it on the news. You might as well just fucking make a bunch of tweets. You know, like if you want to get your point across, make a fucking good tweet and make it go viral and make it resonate with people so they think about it. You know, I feel like that's a more effective way. And also, it's still so you can create a tweet from your house and go viral and spread ideas and get people thinking. I feel like the whole idea of like march on Washington, march on this, like that's all ideas that came about before we had the internet and things like that. Yeah. So like, you know, I think it's a futile effort that they're doing, but I sympathize with it. I'll say that. Like I said, I'm not a participant in it, and you know, I don't necessarily agree with the way they're doing it. But and I'm honestly, as a person who sympathizes with it, I'm pissed off that that's the way they went about it. I'm pissed off that somebody took that line of thinking and decided to mobilize it in that fashion, because then it completely negates the actual legitimate concerns that people have, which are not completely ignoring the virus, which are not completely saying that this is all stupid, and instead just saying, hey, this is a real thing, but also this is a real thing. So let's talk about both. I'm tired of turning on the TV every day and just hearing somebody go, well, let's just defer to the scientists on that one. You know, it's all about science and scientists. And like, you know, we just really have to wait for the data to pour. How long can I wait? Because my bills aren't waiting for data to pour in, bruh. My landlord's not waiting for data. My bank isn't waiting for data. My stimulus check probably is waiting for data because it's still not fucking my bank account. So what are we going to fucking do? What are we going to do? You know, I want to hear somebody talk about what we're going to do. I'm tired of hearing about what we can't do. You know, that's your job.
Yeah.
Our job is to sit here and talk about what the hell's going on because we don't know shit.
You're not wrong.
I'm tired of hearing that from our leaders.
You're not wrong. You're coming in with some hot shit.
You know, look, I always feel like I have to walk a fine line because, again, this is one of those situations where, as it always seems to be the case, there always just seems to be like the public opinion, and then like anything else, you feel almost kind of weird and tepid, even touching upon other aspects of it without people immediately classifying you as somebody who just is just discounting of the whole situation. It's annoying. It's annoying.
Yeah, I feel you.
I care about this, dude. You know, I care about it.
Dude,
I care
you're
about
a
a lot of
first
shit.
responder, bro.
I'm a
You're on
first
the front
responder in this
lines.
shit, dude. I don't want to be a delivery boy forever, dude. I don't want to be a delivery boy until this vaccine comes out in fucking 2034.
Yeah.
You know? And I think, and here's what bugs me. What bugs me the most is that this is a thought process that I believe everyone will get to in their own due time. Right now, a lot of people are still on board with the full lockdown because we have not experienced the full effect of what's really going to happen. We've already done irreversible things to our economy. We've already put countless businesses out of business. And we haven't seen the effect of that yet because it's still so new. And as this progresses, more and more people are going to start thinking along these lines. So this thought process that I'm talking about right now and that people are pushing right now it's only a matter of time until more. You think a year from now, if we're still in this situation, that people are still going to be this gun ho about just staying this way?
You
It's
think
not
a
possible.
year? When do you think shit's gonna be going back to normal?
If I had to make a realistic estimation based off of everything I've heard, it sounds like Trump is starting to pressure. I don't want to say pressure, but he's starting to introduce that to the conversation, the concept of reopening. He's acknowledging that there's very many states that are more than ready, more than adequately supplied for whatever's going to happen in their state. You know, you got to understand that not everywhere is New York City. I mean, New York City is the most densely populated area in our country. It's no coincidence that they're also the most affected by this virus. You have
Yeah.
people living on top of people in no way. That's not describable in other places. So, to have New York and Wyoming and New York and Iowa and New York and Nevada living under the same restrictions doesn't make sense to me. Those people, you can reopen certain businesses, you can allow certain things to function. And again, it all has to do with coming up with a plan to measure how much we can take. This whole idea of saving every life, I know I sound like a dick if I say this, it's not possible. It's not possible. Unless we have a vaccine, the people that get infected with coronavirus are going to get coronavirus, and they're going to go through whatever they go through. And those are risks that we undergo every day in society as a regular. I've probably said this before, at least in conversation. I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but like everything we do in our daily lives incurs a risk. We have roads. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people die driving every year, but that's a risk we undergo because we understand that the benefit of having a mobile society and having cars on the road supersedes, as immoral as it sounds, that, oh my God, we would probably save 50,000 lives a year if we didn't have cars on the road.
Yeah.
But on some level, society has decided that it's a risk worth taking.
Dude, know what I keep thinking about during this whole coronavirus shit? There's that one episode of Scrubs where I think it was like one of the later seasons, and they're like this new batch of interns, and like there's this one older lady who's like in the hospital the whole season, and near the end of the season she like finally gets out, and as she's leaving, there's like this little like fuck up intern that always is screwing shit up. And like you kind of see like the end sequence of him like leaving the hospital. He like washes his hands, but then he like goes down to pick something up to throw it away, and then you see like germs digitally added to his hand. And like he's leaving the hospital, and then like that old lady's checking out. Finally, she's like got like they faked a chart so she could get a transplant because she didn't have insurance or something, and everything, like everyone loved her, so they're trying to help her, and she's like finally getting out of the hospital. And then you see this guy like see her on her discharge, and she's like, oh, thank you for being so helpful, and like don't worry, you're gonna get better, and I know you're still training, da da da. And then they hug it out, and then you see him give her the germs. And then she goes to like wipe her face, and then you see the germs get on her face, and then like within the next couple of episodes she fucking dies.
What show is this?
That was on Scrubs, dude.
Oh my God, I remember that episode now. It
Yeah.
sounded so familiar when you were saying it. I remember that episode now.
Yeah, dude.
Holy
and I just
shit.
keep thinking of situations like that where it's like, when am I gonna get the fucking germs, dude? When am I
that's
going to
the
get the
other-
germs, or who am I going to give the germs to?
But that's the other thing you got to consider. I know we've joked
And
back
that's
and
like,
forth.
that was a thing pre-corona, and that used to stress me out when I watched that episode.
Well, here's the other thing I think about a lot, and it's not just the fact that it's a very real possibility that both of us have been exposed to it and potentially have been asymptomatic. I mean, a large percentage of people that are tested that positive for coronavirus show no symptoms. I mean, a significant portion of those people. And then you also factor in the fact that we've only tested, I think, still maybe less than or just around 1% of the entire country
Damn, dude,
for this
we're the
virus.
99%, dude.
We are the 99%, but also think about the majority of people that are tested for coronavirus. Most people just don't have the money or the free time to just randomly go out and get tested for coronavirus if they have no reason to. Like if I started feeling violently ill, I would go in and get tested. Even though I don't have health insurance, I would scrape up the money and be like, if it really felt like a threat to my health or my life, I would go and incur that cost and
Yeah.
find out what I need to be done, because obviously, I'm not going to, if that's where I feel like I'm at, then that's what I'm going to do.
I'd rather
But-
not die.
Yeah, exactly. That's the majority of people. The majority of people aren't celebrities like Tom Hanks and people like that who can just go and get tested the minute they hear there's a virus
Dude,
and
did you
drop
see
whatever
that,
amount of money.
You see that Rogan is testing his guests. He
Yeah,
has,
he's
like, a
also been tested
doctor-
himself twice. Yeah,
he has like a doctor that can get a test back within like 15 minutes, and
Yeah.
he'll just like have people come early, get tested before they come in to do the podcast.
Yeah, I saw
It's
that, which is
crazy.
good. He was probably Rogan. You could see it in his fucking face that he was just so
Dude, he
tired of
shook.
the webcam shit
He
that
shook.
he was like, "I'm gonna have guests in person again. I'm just gonna get them tested, and that's how we're gonna do this."
Just gonna
Which is
buy
cool.
a doctor.
Yeah, buy a doctor. The average person can't buy a doctor, and the average person is not a guest on the Rogan Experience to get a free test from Joe Rogan to see if they have coronavirus. The average person is just existing in their daily life that may or may not have coronavirus. There's a very reasonable assumption can be made that a far, far, far greater amount of people in this country have been exposed to this virus, showed no symptoms, have already developed the antibodies, and are past it.
Yeah.
We have no idea, and there's no way to actually figure it out until we've tested everybody. So even that would be nice to lay out a plan like that and say, hey, we're going to institute this many tests per day. We're going to make them free, dude. Make them. I'm not opposed to that. Make coronavirus tests free. Do that. We're already spending billions and billions of dollars in keeping businesses afloat in the meantime. We might as well spend those billions and billions of dollars in making coronavirus tests free, so we can say we're going to test X million amount of people per day until we've tested everybody in the country. I know that I'm just spitballing right now. That could be a ridiculous task to undergo. Who fucking knows? But my point is that at that point, at the very least, you could say we're going to test everybody. We're going to get some real metrics on what's going on. And at that point, we're going to make a plan. We're going to make a plan. And we're going to understand that whatever happens, happens. And all we can do is put ourselves in the best possible position to handle it. That's the best we can do. It is unrealistic to think that we can save everyone, that we can do. I hate saying it. I feel like I sound like a douche right now, but it's also kind of the truth.
Yeah.
It's kind of the truth. It's unrealistic to expect that. And it's unrealistic if you think that we're just going to hole up in our houses for the next year and wait for it. It's not going to happen. People are still dying right now.
Yeah. It's hard.
It's not going to happen.
It's hard times.
I truly, if there's anybody who has it, I have it, dude. I'm seeing multiple people a day touching all kinds of food and stuff like that. And I take measures. Like, I've stopped handing people my phones and stuff like that. I just sign it myself for them and just say, I'm taking measures. But, you're holed up in your house all day. I'm not. I probably have been exposed to it and had it and didn't even know it. And that's probably a likely case for a lot of people. And here's the thing. We have no clue.
Yeah.
We have no clue. We have no clue. So, look, don't do the march on Elm Street or where the hell it is. I don't even know what the protests are about. It just, for no other reason, but it's an antiquated way of expressing yourself. And it's just, you're putting yourself out there for people that disagree with you to pitch you in a negative light and to decide what they want to put out to the public. You're putting yourself out there so that some news reporter can take one picture of one random ignorant motherfucker who's doing some stupid bullshit and pose that as the entire movement, which is what's done in the news all the time, every day, and that's become our regular everyday life. But at the same time, yeah, we should be talking about this. We should be talking about this. I'm tired of bringing up the conversation. I'm tired of seeing other people bring up the conversation and being immediately shot down as some heartless, inconsiderate, ignorant bastard. Tired of it.
Yeah, dude, we're giving out too much knowledge right now.
But
We might have to close this live stream down.
people in the chat are pissed.
Dude, we're unlocking so many people's potential right now. I was about to say potentiality.
You know what? I looked up that word the other day. Turns out, might be a word. Still
Ooh.
still inconclusive on that. Still
I like
inconclusive.
that we're thinking about the same words.
Potentiality. Yeah. It's one of my favorites. I love that. I love it because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Potentiality. 5 syllables, dude.
4, 5.
How many
Five
5
syllables.
syllable words do you use on a daily basis, dude? Potentiality. And it's
That's
you
a
know
good
what's
one.
good? You know what's good about the word potentiality is it's 5 syllables, but it's not a pretentious word.
Yeah. You don't
not a
seem weird for
douchebag
like
word.
pulling that out. I think most
You
people
can-
would just be like, is that a word?
Yeah.
They'd be in the same situation as us right now.
They'd be having a podcast and discussing whether or not something is a word that is easily Googleable. and I literally have Googled it and still am nowhere close to an answer. That's how you know that something's not a word is when you Google
It's not a
blank
definitive
definition.
answer.
Yeah. It instead of it just popping up as a dictionary entry like a normal word does, it just pops up as like an article. Like Washington Post. Is potentiality a word? And you're like, well, I mean, somebody wrote an article about it. It's got to be somewhat of a word. I mean, it might not be a word, but like, if I say it, you're gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's good.
I was trying
That makes it a word in my mind.
Yeah, I was trying to think of other 5-syllable words and accountability.
Account to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6,
Is that
bro.
6?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Accountability.
Accountability.
I guess it's
That's
6 it's 6 if you say it like that, but accountability.
How do you say it?
No, that's 6.
Account-
Damn, dude, that's
accountability?
6. That's 6.
Accountability.
So I came up with an even better one. It's
Dude,
6.
accountability?
And that's definitely not pretentious.
That is not that is a good 6-syllable word.
It's a good
I can't think of a
6-syllable word.
single other word that is 6 syllables that isn't a douchebag word. I think accountability might be it.
Oh shit.
It might be
I'm
it.
gonna just keep brewing. I might try to find a 7.
A 7?
A 7.
A 7.
The sacred 7.
I don't think there's a single 7-syllable word.
There's got to be one.
7-syllable word that is not a douchebag word. I don't think it exists, dude. If anybody in the chat wants to come up with it, we'll address it later. Later.
Sympathetically, is that a word? That's
Sympathetically.
6. That's 6 again.
Sympathetically. Hypothetically?
Hypothetically, yeah. That was the
That's
word I was
6,
trying
though.
to combine that with.
That's 6. That's
That's 6. Hypothetically. Unhypothetically.
unhypothetically. There it is, baby.
That's 7,
There
dude.
it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Unhypothetically.
Or in hypothetically.
Unhypothetically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that counts. That counts. I'm sorry you have a white trash accent, but it is hypothetically. Just like, fire. Technically 1 syllable, but also definitely 2 syllables. It's not fire. It's fire. Fire. 1, 2.
Technically. That's only 4. Technically, it's only 4. It seems like more, but it's only 4.
Technically. Intellectually?
Intellectually. That's 6.
No, bro, that's 7.
Is it,
Intellectual. That's 6.
yeah,
Fuck.
that's 6, dude.
This is
And that's way
bullshit.
too pretentious, dude. That's the most pretentious 6-syllable word I've ever heard.
I'm going to intellectually explain to you how I'm not a pretentious
But hey,
prick.
if we're playing by the same rules, unintellectually.
Unintellectually. That's what I'm
and that
saying,
is not
baby.
sophisticated.
And that's also not
It's the
sophisticated because you're
opposite.
literally saying whatever I'm saying right now is unintellectual. This is unintellectually intellectual because it's 7 syllables. I think we got it, bro.
I think we can wrap things up.
I think we can wrap that up on that because that is facts, baby.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening this week. Thanks for tuning into the live stream.
Thank you very much.
Subscribe on iTunes. Leave us a comment or something. I don't fucking know. Rate our
Subscribe on
podcast.
Spotify too, guys, and your podcast app and
Do
everything
all
you
that
got.
shit. Check out Selesky on Spotify, on TuneCore, Spotify.
TuneCore.
Selesky on TuneCore, and check out Sophomores. Check out all my shit at Eric Glazer. Check out at Jimmy Selesky on most social medias.
On most.
At
Most social
LFTS
media.
podcast on everything.
Every fucking thing. We need a Tumblr and a TikTok now.
Everything. And
Follow us on TikTok. We got nothing.
Yeah, on TikTok. Keep watching these live streams every Monday at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Tune in next week. We'll see you guys then. Peace.
Peace. Exquisite.